Fresh Mark Scents with another fresh review. Today I'll be talking about date scents for intimate settings. That's the sweet dinner date, the fresh club man, and the everyday meet. We're gonna go through all of these and a few more. It may even be a two-part series because we've got a lot to get through. Let's get into it. We will start with the sweet Givenchy Gentleman Boisée, a beautiful powdery iris fragrance which brings out the leather in the background, just enough patchouli to stay fresh and give you a breath of fresh air, and the geranium in the middle note really plays off the iris to give you a smooth, powdery, creamy iris note. And this is fantastic because it lasts about 4 to 5 hours, and the cacao and vanilla blend really dries down on the dry down, making it something very smooth, sweet, creamy and sensual. A great fragrance for if you're with a suit on a date, if you are really wanting to impress somebody in a more relaxed environment. We're not talking about the club or anything. This is just you and the other person in a short vicinity. This is a 2020 revamp of the already popular Versace Eros, with an added top note of mandarin orange to its original top notes of Sicilian lemon, green apple and mint. Its heart notes are geranium, ambroxan and sage. The sage keeps it fresh with uplifting breath of fresh air. The geranium keeps it nice and sweet, and the ambroxan holds the sweetness until the base notes of leather, patchouli, cedar and sandalwood and vanilla are all mixed in to create something very smooth, sweet, candy apple mixed with ambroxan and vanilla. And this final added leather note, this 2020 version, really sets it as a masculine, fresh perfume, great for a black leather jacket. And I'd say this is a black leather jacket club fragrance because when you are doing a lot of movement, it comes out even stronger throughout the day, really fighting any sort of perspiration smell to blast the crowd with a fresh mint mandarin blast. And the ambroxan lasts all night with vanilla. So this is an absolute classic. The leather base note in this solidifies it as a masculine fresh scent, which I'd recommend to young and older people alike, from about 17 all the way to about 33. I would say this is a very special scent to me, and this has got me through some great times. And I think if you check it out, you know, see where it takes you. Next fragrance I'm looking at is a daytime, bustly, in and out of the city urban fragrance. This is a very interesting addition to the John Varvatos range. This is John Varvatos Nick Jonas NJ Crimson. This opens up with the top notes of Calabrian Bergamot, which is a higher grade bergamot used in Sauvage perfume, Calabrian Bergamot, Cuban rum, apple, coffee, CO2 and cedar leaf. Now this CO2 seems very strange when you just look at it up front, but it comes into play when the heart notes are concerned. The heart notes are saffron, lavender, suede and amber. Now, the suede, amber and saffron in this mix with the CO2 to create almost a lived-in sweetness, something that is quite hard to explain, but you're really gonna have to test out yourself, simply because the mixed in baked apple that's to come later creates a great urban feel to it. So this CO2, it does have a place. The apple and rum top note really mix with the saffron and incense and Madagascan vanilla. So this vanilla is a mainstay in the perfume, keeping it very sweet at the base, and it's almost like a heart note because it runs throughout the whole period of its stay on your skin. The Calabrian Bergamot is a fresh top note which is medium noticeable by the dry down, but it adds a great freshness, and it sort of takes away, it contrasts and takes away from the harshness of the CO2 top note. Now, something to be understand about this apple and Cuban rum note, the apple turns almost into a baked apple with the saffron and the cinnamon in this. Now this one, the labdanum, which is like a leather note, this is actually mixed with the suede note, so you have quite a rounded leather note with the Calabrian Bergamot on top, the apple, the amber making the leather a bit smoother, and the vanilla is a great base note. So I would say the main flavors of this is apple, rum, amber, and vanilla. And you just get this tinge of sweetness from this saffron, which makes it ever so unique. And I'd say it's a great daytime scent, simply because it stays fresh in the day. It is a musky scent a little bit, so if you are moving, you're active, you know, it would keep you fresh and sweet, and it almost rounds off into a gourmand sweetness. That means like an edible sweetness, which is like a rum and apple pie with vanilla and amber mix. It's very very tasty mix, I would say, and a very unique scent to have in your arsenal. I would say you get this if you want something unique, something memorable, and something quite tasty, so you have a sweet edge on you all times. Issey Noir Argent. Now this is a sweet, smoky, spicy, warm scent, and what I really like about it is the mix of saffron and warm leather and myrrh. Now this creates a very interesting, unique mix that I would find great for an outdoor party. It doesn't have to be too cold, it could just be like a barbecue or something. But the great thing about this, when you bring it from outside to indoors, you'd really notice the scent, and it would trail uniqueness from you, trail a unique spicy scent. And the top notes of this are grapefruit, black pepper, pink pepper, and nutmeg. This leaves it quite fresh in the top note with the grapefruit and pink pepper, but introduces a small spice of nutmeg and the punch of black pepper, leading to the heart notes of saffron, leather, and olibanum. Olibanum being a incense scent which makes the scent of leather. So we have two leathers and saffron in the heart. Now the base notes are patchouli, cedar, leather note, and myrrh. Now the leather note that I am talking about is the labdanum incense leather note. So labdanum is used for a black leather smell, and this creates overall a spicy leather scent with myrrh to give an extra depth and warmth to the perfume that you otherwise would not have. So check this out. Try it before you buy it. I think it will definitely split the crowd, but if it's for you, you'll love it, as so do I. Check it out, Issey Miyake, Noi Noir Argent. Top notes of this fragrance are bergamot, black pepper and white pepper. This gives a citrus, fresh, almost spicy top note, like a pineapple. And the heart notes of cedarwood and sage uplift the fragrance with a breath of fresh air and cedarwood masculine nullifier, which I would say it really brings it down to the base notes of tonka bean and cacao, which they are able to create their own separate identity on the second half of this perfume, being a chocolate and vanilla spice mix. So the perfume goes from being citrus fresh to a little bit spicy, and I would say the cedarwood, I don't like to say something is a nullifier, but I feel that it creates an even break, I would say, to the citrus fresh and the chocolate part of the scent. Chocolate vanilla, mildly spicy, but I wouldn't say it's ever offensive. I'd say it's very unique, like a pineapple dipped in chocolate. I wouldn't say it's the most seductive, but I'd say its intrigue causes seduction in the way that you'll be wanting more, and you would want to know where that sweetness comes from. And it comes from Carolina Herrera Bad Boy perfume. That's all for today. Fresh Mark Scents, Date Scents. I'll be posting another video on leather scents, because these can also be used for a masculine edge when you want something a little bit different and a little bit stronger for the winter months especially. So let me know what you think, and if you think I missed anything, let me know, because I'm always on the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for the latest videos. That's all. Stay fresh.